Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Vidal, and once again, my new best friend. I keep telling him he's my best friend. He hasn't signed on yet. Kyle Emanuel filling in.
I'm in.
Oh, well, there you go.
This is what, the third time
Yeah,
now
I know.
here?
That's all it takes. The first time he's like,
me.
who are you? Second time, maybe. Third time, he's like, done deal.
Yep.
Chris is working, but we're going to check in with him here in a little bit. Kyle, I introduced you as my new favorite fill-in that was going to be here, and then it's been a couple weeks. I've missed you.
It has been. I have missed you as well, but it's good to be back, and you just can't get rid of me, I guess.
No, I guess not.
I keep showing up, so
I've had a lot of people ask me, where's Kyle? Can't you have him back? They loved him. The North Dakota Today viewers loved you. So they want to know.
I love doing it.
What have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot. I feel like I'm traveling every single weekend. You know, at the 4th of July, I went back to Nebraska, and then I was actually recently in New York. The NFL Legends community actually had an event out there, and it's kind of a way to just bridge the gap between, when you retire and what comes next. And there's kind of this stigma when you're in the NFL of, as a player, you're the student in the NFL office is kind of like the principal's office, and they're kind of trying to break that and show that, like, hey, we're here for you. We're here to help you. They go through all of your benefits, all the resources available to you, and it was a lot. It was fun though. You see,
here's
Jackie
a picture.
And I.
Yeah.
Yep, that's us in Central Park. We are downtown. So yeah, I got to bring Jackie along. They flew us out. It was awesome. It really was. It was kind of drinking from a fire hose. They gave us a lot of information, but it's just nice to know, when you kind of go through this transition. Obviously, I've been kind of trying to do it myself as well, but just to know there is resources out there. There's people there to help you. So
That's cool.
It was a great time.
Okay, so what it was, in case people don't know, you played with the LA Chargers.
I did, yes.
So
and
forever.
Now I'm retired.
So you were a big deal NFL player, and now an even bigger deal because you're on North Dakota Today,
Exactly.
something like that.
Take a step up.
So what were some of the other things that you did in New York?
So we stayed the last day. Jackie and I stayed an extra night so we could kind of be tourists, walk around. We got to see, the 9/11 memorial. We went up in One World Trade Center. Got to see a whole view of the city, and we just walked around a lot, and we were pretty kind of tired at the end of the day, but it was fun just to be tourists. So it was a great time.
And where are you? Is this?
Yeah, that's Central Park. It's kind of a cool view in Central Park.
I know you were saying like you can't really see your faces, but you could definitely see where you were. It was
just
a
need to see the backdrop.
Beautiful backdrop there. So cool. I'm glad that you haven't just been sitting in Fargo bored waiting for your time back here.
Well,
I do.
Thursday. That's what I do when I'm not traveling.
New York City and Nebraska. You mentioned Nebraska because that's where you're from.
Right, yeah, we had a little family reunion. So I went from the farm in Nebraska one weekend to Manhattan, New York. Could not be any different from each other, but I enjoy both. I consider myself a little bit of a country boy and a city boy, so it was fun.
I love it.
It was. Okay,
well, like I mentioned right away, Chris Berg is actually working today. We just kicked him out of the studio for now, and he is out on assignment today. Chris, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great, Lisa. Good morning, Kyle and Lisa. We're out here at the Fargo Jet Center getting ready for the big Fargo Air Show this weekend. So obviously it'll be a great event for the entire community.
Okay. Well, so what are you?
You guys can hear me, but.
So what are you going to be flying today, Chris?
Here's the thing. So the gentleman was coming up this morning. I was supposed to go up around 10 o'clock in one of those small, like aerobatic type of planes. But right now he's stuck in the cities, as we probably are all well aware in our community. I don't know about you, Lisa, but not many people slept very well last night because of the storms rolling through. So now he's stuck down in the cities as the storm makes its way across the rest of our area. And so we'll see if he gets up here in time later this afternoon, but it's not going to be a go at 10 o'clock. So you tell me, should I take that as a message from the guy upstairs, or should I try and figure this thing out later?
You were a little nervous anyway. That's a good point.
I was.
Okay, well, we're still going to check in with you again here in like 10, 15 minutes and talk about all of the fun things that are going to be happening this weekend at the air show anyway, though. So good stuff. Chris, we'll check in with you here in just a little bit. Well, I want to talk still about the air show as well, because I was telling you before the show, last year was one of the highlights of my life. I got to fly with the Blue Angels. They let, one person, a media person, do the flight. And yes, I didn't
Was it terrifying?
It was amazing and terrifying, and yes, I did get sick. But I'll let you take a look at the story once again that I shared last year when I rode with the Blue Angels.
Cue the Top Gun soundtrack.
Ready to do this?
Yes.
Woo!
I was suited up and strapped into an F-18 Hornet. Lieutenant Tyler Davies flies number 5 with the Blue Angels.
Ready, hit it.
He was my pilot and coach on this media flight.
We're climbing up. Look over left and right. Look how cool that is.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is awesome.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
The view was amazing from every angle.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
It was an adrenaline rush and a bit of a tummy turner.
To the left. Ready, hit it. Great job.
I think I'm going to get sick.
Clearly, I am an amateur, but the Blue Angels are at the top of their game. The team has perfected precision flying, performing maneuvers locked as a unit in the renowned 6-jet Delta formation, sometimes flying as close as 18 inches apart.
I still can't believe I'm here. I'm in my 3rd year. I get to work with the best men and women that the Navy and Marine Corps has to offer. And to me, that's my most favorite part of this team. The flying is simply amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's glorious, and it's wonderful. But getting the opportunity to share the experience of what it's like to be on this team all around the country and ultimately all around the world with one of the most iconic names out there with the Blue Angels is simply an amazing experience.
All right, Lisa, start that squeeze. This will be an aggressive one, okay? Squeeze those legs. Ready, hit it. Welcome back.
Oh my God.
My civilian ride was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
You ready?
Yes.
Smokes on, up we go. A little more pull.
That's amazing.
Isn't that awesome? Now we're gonna look over our shoulder. We're gonna pick up the ground. There's our smoke trail. Isn't that awesome?
Awesome.
We chased our tails and climbed through the sky.
There we go. All right.
Like I'm doing all the work. I'm so tired.
Oh,
We
squeeze
went
those
faster
legs.
than I even thought possible.
There we go.
We went to a max performance pull there where you pulled 7.4 Gs and you stayed awake. You did awesome. You did so amazing with that. That was very impressive to see. Not a lot of people do very well with that.
There's your beautiful town of Fargo.
Is Fargo his favorite place to fly? Lieutenant Davies says he loves everything about the Navy.
A lot of people ask all the time. They say, hey, what's it like? You know, what's your favorite city? Where do you like to go? To be quite honest, every city has something amazing to take from it. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight today.
The best. Dream come true.
And I now have some amazing memories of my time with the Blue Angel.
Kyle just asked, like, the takeoff. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
You're sitting there before you go, like, the power of the jet is just, like, shaking you, and then you're, like, you know, thrown back.
I don't know how well I would do with that, but
It's
kudos
a-
to you for
It's
not
a once-in-a-lifetime
passing out.
thing. I was
Getting a
not
little
going to
sick,
complain.
but
I didn't
all
want to
right.
deny that. I did, you know, when they hook
happens.
you all up and they're like, and here's your bag, and they put it
Yeah.
right in your leg, so you could be prepared. I didn't pass out. I did kind of pull my head down, like the force of it. You could hear me say, okay, okay, whenever I would say that, it meant
Right.
like my eyes were starting to go black. Had to keep the blood up in my, it was intense.
I
Totally
bet.
worth it. I would do it again. I can't ever do it again, but I would totally do it again. The Blue Angels won't be here this year. The Thunderbirds, the Air Force Thunderbirds will be here, so you'll probably see them once the weather clears up training. And you said you remembered when you were here
Yeah,
at NDT?
I feel like, I mean, maybe I was making it up, but I was just seeing things. But I feel like when I was, you know, back at NDSU during training camp, you'd see them flying overhead. It was a nice little break. Sometimes you couldn't hear the coaches yelling at you because, you know, the planes were overhead. So it was always a fun time to see that when you were playing.